afternoon, and visiting our studio today is the chairman of the board of Aeroflot. Did you manage to communicate with your colleagues? What is your feeling? How is the mood about Russia? You just had a great thought. The forum itself can be a sort of a barometer of the investment climate, because it's happening, it's great, it's very regular, once a year in June, and June at the time of year when the macro statistics for the previous year, for the beginning of the year, the winter period. So if we analyze the mood year after year, we can maybe come up with an index of the mood of the economic forum, and I'm going to share this idea. Going to be with Roshunger. It's going to be yours and I. But when it comes to the mood, it was very sad in 2014. During the forum, there was, you didn't hear any foreign speech really, almost at all. In 2015, there were a lot more foreigners, despite any limitations, but we're still discussing the crisis. We're still discussing the prognosis of the economic decline and the loss of the industrial growth rate, inflation, and so on. This year, it's my first day. I don't hear these conversations at all. This year, we're discussing what are we going to lean on, how we're going to move on, how we're going to change ourselves. We're discussing human capital, creativity, technology. We're not discussing sanctions anymore. We're not discussing limitations of access to financial markets. We're not discussing geopolitical intensity, because maybe there's something up ahead. I wouldn't call it optimism or growth of optimism, but I would call it a constructive point where pessimists can relax already. And it already makes sense to sit down, get the discussion going, and not discuss the past, not the present, but our future. I see this wish. I feel it. I've met great many European colleagues of mine, my Asian colleagues, and I see new faces from South Korea, from Vietnam, from Japan, and it's a really nice surprise.